What if the reason your plan keeps getting more complicated is not that you need more information, but that you are using organization to postpone a decision? On August 25th, 2026, Mercury enters Virgo, offering a symbolic lens for planning, editing, systems, communication, and practical choices. The temptation is to believe that clarity arrives when every detail is perfect, but sometimes another spreadsheet, another list, another revision, and another hour of research only make the next move harder to see. In wealth, organization matters. Yet a useful system should reduce friction, not become a sophisticated place to hide from action. You may recognize this in work that looks productive from the outside. You rewrite the proposal before sending it. You reorganize the project board instead of assigning the owner. You compare 5 tools when the one you already have could handle the job. You keep polishing the budget because choosing a number would force a trade-off. None of these behaviors are foolish. Details can protect money, reputation, and time. The problem begins when refinement stops serving the decision and starts replacing it. Then planning creates the feeling of progress without the exposure of committing to a direction you can test. Astrology, when used as collective timing rather than personal prediction, can help name this pattern without pretending to decide your future. Ancient astrology began as observation of seasons, agriculture, governance, and changing social conditions. It was a way of tracking environments before it became the individualized horoscope language many people know today. In that historical frame, Mercury was associated with messages, trade, calculation, movement, and exchange. Virgo symbolism emphasized discernment, sorting, usefulness, and refinement. Mercury entering Virgo does not make anyone organized. It creates a timely metaphor for asking whether your thinking is becoming more usable or merely more elaborate. Consider the small business owner who spends 3 weeks researching customer management software. Every platform has one feature the others lack, so the comparison keeps expanding. Meanwhile, leads sit unanswered in an inbox and follow-ups depend on memory. The perfect tool is not the real problem. The missing decision rule is, if the owner defines the need, chooses a workable system, and commits to using it for 90 days, information becomes structure. That is the practical value of refinement. Details become useful when they reduce repeated effort. They become expensive when evaluating options consumes the attention needed to operate. Consider the professional preparing a presentation for senior leadership. They adjust fonts, rewrite slides, change colors, and keep adding context because they are afraid one unanswered question will make them look unprepared. The deck grows from 12 slides to 40. The main recommendation disappears inside evidence. A clearer system would separate what the audience must decide from what the presenter wants available as backup. Editing then becomes subtraction, not endless addition. Mercury in Virgo can symbolize that distinction. Precision is not proving that you noticed everything. Precision is deciding which details change the outcome and which details only protect you. Consider someone searching for a new job who keeps rebuilding their resume for every possible role. They change titles, rearrange skills, watch tutorials, and study job boards for hours, but send very few applications. Research feels safer because rejection cannot happen while preparation remains unfinished. A better structure might define 2 target roles. Create one strong resume for each. Schedule a weekly application number and review results after a month. The lesson is not to rush. It is to create a feedback loop. You cannot refine a process intelligently if the process never reaches reality where information can answer back. Start by separating capture from decision. Keep one place for ideas, tasks, notes, and requests, so your brain does not have to remember everything. Then decide what each item means. Is it an action, a reference, a question, or something you can delete? Next, define the smallest useful outcome for the work in front of you. A finished draft is clearer than work on presentation. 3 contacted clients is clearer than business development. Specific outcomes reduce mental noise because they turn vague responsibility into movement. The system should make the next action easier to identify, not more impressive to describe. Use deadlines as decision points, not as evidence of personal worth. Give research an end time. Give editing a definition of done. Give recurring work a checklist only when the checklist removes thinking you should not need to repeat. Automate what is stable, but do not automate confusion. If a process keeps breaking, observe where people hesitate. Duplicate effort, wait for approval, or lose information. Fix the bottleneck before buying another tool. Most importantly, leave room for judgment. A good system handles the predictable parts, so your attention is available for the exceptions that genuinely require thought, creativity, and discernment. Imagine ending the day with fewer open loops in your mind because your system tells you what matters next. You do not need to remember every promise, reopen every decision, or polish every detail before moving. You can plan carefully without worshipping the plan. You can change a process when evidence says it is failing, and keep one when boredom is the only complaint. Your work becomes easier to trust because decisions leave a trail. What part of your professional life are you repeatedly organizing when the real need is to choose? Clarity grows when good structure serves deliberate action. If this helped you see the difference between planning and postponing, share it with someone whose ideas are buried under too many systems, and subscribe for more Prophecy Pulse reflections on timing, work, and patterns. To go deeper into effort, resistance, cycles, and the phases shaping your decisions, explore the pattern that runs your life through the link in the description. Keep the question practical. What structure would make your next important action easier to complete? When you want to examine your personal symbolic timing and repeated themes more closely, continue at www.auriscodex.com.